What's up guys, it's Missy. I am back with another SimCity Build-It video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my capital map, city tour of all of my regional maps. Now a lot of them are not put together at the moment, some of them are. Those of you guys who watched the design stream maybe a couple weeks ago, I had went through and I had redone the front of my map with a heart. I have since taken that out and went back to kind of the old setup that I had just with different buildings because I hated what I had done. So for those of you guys who were there for that, you'll notice a big difference there. If you're on my friends list or you're sending me friends requests, make sure that you guys contact me first and let me know you're not going to buy from my depot. That way I don't have to worry about it, and then I can go ahead and add you, and then you can just travel to my map and see what I got going on. Okay, so before we begin, hit that like and subscribe button. We recently hit 2.1 subscribers, 2,105 subscribers, which is awesome. So that's within the last like 14 months. Okay, so what I had done on that live stream, I had taken out this whole area and I had put in a heart. I have, like I said, since removed that. So the reason that I set this up the way that I did was because, first off, I wanted my factories to match my shops. I wanted them to be right up front where I could easily see everything that I have complete all at once. I don't like my shops to be hidden behind big buildings or turned a certain way or whatever. I also have them in a specific order. You know, I have the barn next to the donut shop, and then basically a specific order that I like them in. All right, so up front here, what I had done is this thing here has a purple flag next to it, which means that it creates city events like a parade, right? So I wanted to put these along a long stretch of road that I see quite a bit. Now, for the time being, that's what's going to be up front here, but as buildings come out, I'm going to obviously kind of put them in the design, but for now, that's what I got going on. So I really like this pink castle. It's one of my favorite buildings, if not my favorite. It is my favorite building. Until they, of course, finally bring out the Space Needle, if ever. I don't know what the hell they haven't done that for. They got all these other stupid buildings, but they don't have the Space Needle. Are you serious? So, okay, pink. I put pink parks next to the pink Princess Castle. Now, if you know anything about how I design, you know that I try to keep everything facing one direction so that it actually looks good to the person viewing it, right? Whereas, yes, I know in real life a city would not be like that, but this isn't real life, this is a video game, and I want it to look as good as possible. You'll notice oftentimes with a lot of people's maps that they have buildings blocking other buildings and you can't see it, or they have such tall houses that you can't see any of the cool stuff. So I try to make sure that things are as visible as possible, and I put a lot of thought into where I put everything, whether it be the trees, the parks, the universal buildings, everything. So here I have the safari for the time being because I don't want to block off all of this stuff here, but this will likely get moved eventually when a better building comes out. I did go ahead and move the volcano here. Let me go ahead and zoom out. I wanted the volcano roller coaster on my sunny map, but you know what? I also wanted it on my capital, and my capital comes first. That's just how I've always done it. I've always made sure that my capital looks the best, and then whatever I have left over will go on my other maps. Now, I wanted to do kind of like a castle theme, you know, put like all the castles, if not most of the castles that would look decent on my capital map. Now here you'll see a third park that's the same as over here. The only reason for that is just because it matches this really well. This stuff, like I said, will likely be moved once newer buildings come out. Now this here I had used kind of like a dock, and then I have the delta that completes the river here. One thing that you guys want to make sure of when you're designing is that your water has, how to explain this, that your water has a direction and that it's contained. So like a lot of times what will happen, especially if you're somebody like me who likes a lot of trees and water. If you look up here, see, I try to keep it, you know, obviously looking natural, like where it's not like perfectly straight, but try to keep it contained. Otherwise, if you put everything like all over the place, it just looks like something like flooded your whole map, like leaked everywhere. As you can see here, I try to island things off, but make them still look natural, not like perfectly square or perfectly round or whatever. Here I've got it going through the houses. So as you can see, like this building here, I don't like these particular homes, the style, so I hid 3 of them back here. All of these are mountain epics. They go back here where the waterfalls dump into here, streams down, got all the bridges. Now over here, I've got this as the, you know, I won't keep this. This is only here because I don't have anything else short enough to put here at the time, for the time being. Likely this and this will be moved when I get something better to put there. This, I actually did this on purpose where you've got the suspension bridge between these 2 buildings because it kind of looks like it belongs there, you know. Of course, it's nighttime now, so it's kind of hard to show you guys, but I try to keep anything that, like this won't stay here. I try to keep anything that is too tall to, you know, not block certain things, but the universal buildings. The universal buildings are the buildings that you put in front, on the front side of the road. Now, this is typically when people end up putting things in the wrong direction. So always try to utilize your roadways. Like, for example, anything that you don't have to put on a road, don't put on a road. You know, don't waste your roadways. Try to hide your roadways if you can, if you don't like the look of them. Like me, I can't stand the look of all the roads. Another thing is that red roads trick, you guys. Implement that into your map. People say things like, well, then all my roads are ugly. No, they're not. Because if you had a brain, you would know that you don't have to upgrade them, but you can upgrade them if you want to. And it actually makes it better for you because you don't have to upgrade them past a point where you don't like, right? So if you set up the 3 red roads to not need upgraded and you specifically like the ones with the trees in the middle, then when you have the money and when you can, you know, actually afford it, then you go through and you pay the ones that you want and you pick the style that you want, and then you don't ever have to go past it. So it's still more beneficial, okay? So over here, I had added in this thing here, which I actually really like on this side of my map, which I don't know how I missed that. That's crazy. Okay, so like this, for example, I will likely put a short tree here so that it doesn't block anything, you know. I've already got one on this side, so actually I'll probably do something thinner like this so that you can actually see like that, okay? So these thin trees, the palm trees, are really good to kind of see through when you have like an area that you want to make look natural, but you don't want to block anything off. These short green ones are really good for, you know, along the sides of the roads or like right in the center when you do like a little tiny center island. The green ones here, the Green Valley, those are really good because they popcorn out over the area, so it actually looks more natural, you know, like it covers a lot of the stuff, so they're really dense, good for blocking stuff off that you don't want to see, like roadways and such. Now this here has city events as well, so let me zoom out and I'll show you guys now that it's light out. It kind of sucks because I have some damage done to my city here, but not much. Those are all mountain homes. But here what I did was I just did some homes with some islands. Now this is what I was referring to when I told you guys to have a direction for your water. See how everything's still, even though it looks kind of flooded here, it has a direction. Hang on just a second here. Okay, so here we've got the 2 princess castles. Now, this is a really good universal building. I actually like this one if you put water right up against the front heart here. It just looks cool. These swans, I really like these. These are awesome because they look good in any direction. And honestly, they're cute. You know what I mean? Like, they're cool. The one thing I don't like is, I mean, I do like this, but it sucks because it's kind of like a universal building, but when you place it universally, it's backwards, you know? So ideally, you would like it to be front facing, but for the time being, it's just going to sit there. This here is the Amsterdam Canal North and South. For those of you guys who actually paid for it, you know what I'm talking about. This thing is huge. It was great to put at the front of your buildings because, again, it's one of those universal things, which honestly, like, is really hard to find. It really is. So pick out all of your universal buildings and try to implement those the best that you can. Like, for example, here, right? This one looks good universally. What else? This one here, I've kind of on the fence about. I think it would look really good with the right design. This will likely not stay here. I will likely put that like maybe a castle or something. Not really sure. Anyways, this here does not actually need a roadway, so it's not on a roadway, really. It looks really good when you put trees around it and water. It blends really good. I really liked the winter bonfire. Now, this thing is freaking huge, but it looks cool. You know, adds a lot of color. As you can see here, I put a little tiny dash of road right here by the winter bonfire. I was able to put 2 huge buildings, able to make them look decent, and then surround them with trees so you really don't notice the road. I could put a taller or more dense tree here to kind of block that off a little bit better, which I probably should do. So maybe something like that, you know, and then you don't notice it as much. Okay, so that one needs to go shorter. I don't know why I put that there. So I look at color, shape, and height anytime I place trees down. See, that actually looks better. Okay. Now, that pretty much, let me zoom out. I'll scroll across my map one more time, and then we'll travel to another map. So that's the back. Here, this side, I haven't completely finished, as you can tell. I try to keep the services kind of hidden over there. This is just the front area here. Like this. I have the 2 deltas here. I'm not going to keep that eventually. That'll probably go eventually. Put something else there. Everything will eventually probably get, not everything, but everything I pointed out will eventually go. I like this one here. Okay, so let's go to my Green Valley map. Now, I've done several designs on this map. I have photos of those designs. In the description below, there is a link that says design link. Now, in that link, there is thousands of pictures. There's like 1,000 photos in there, I'm serious. Not just of my designs, some I got from Reddit, some Facebook, but it's basically just a folder for you guys to go to get ideas. Another thing that is in that folder is a close-up picture of all of the epic designs. Day and nighttime versions, okay? So this one I actually did on a design stream. If you're interested in watching that, you can click on the live section of my channel and go and look for that. Now, here, you know, I did kind of like this theme. You know, I think this was season 9 or something. Might be season 11. I can't remember. Anyway, point being, it's not completely done, but that's the general gist for this one. I'm starting to take this apart. I don't like the design that I did here. And then I'm going to be working on this map eventually. So not a whole lot to see on that map. Now, this map I've actually redone several times. I haven't been working on it for a while now, but I had started this double heart design looking thing. At one point I had a V shape, another time I had several big hearts, and those are all in the design folder as well. You guys got to remember that when I had to unlock all of the regional maps, one of the things that you have to do is you have to hit 10 million pop to unlock all of your regional maps. So for the longest time, it was all about getting that population up to get those maps unlocked. Do not start designing at all on your regional maps until you are able to unlock them all, okay? Because otherwise, you're just going to have to take it all apart if you ever want to unlock it all. And to really, you know, gain all aspects of the game and the designs and all that, you're going to want access to all of the maps, all the trees, all the hot spots, and all of that. If you're actually somebody who really enjoys playing the game and you see yourself playing for long periods of time, then you're definitely going to want to unlock them all. Just make sure that you do so at the right time, because it does make the game all that much more difficult, okay? And I have videos on all that stuff. If you're following the Missy's Building Guide, then you guys won't even think about it until after everything is complete. Okay, so let's go to Frosty. Now this map I don't do a whole lot with. I recommend unlocking this one near your last map because of the fact that it is so small, you know, in size. It's kind of hard to get the population boosted on this map. And it's just overall just a pain in the ass to build on. The only benefit is the trees. It gives you those, you know, the darker look with the thicker branches and stuff, which is kind of nice. So this one I don't have a whole lot done on it. It's just, yeah, it's not all that great. That's a London upgrade, Frosty, regular. Trying to build up my regular residential so I can do epics on these. I'm definitely slacking. Regular residential. Okay, so Sunny map. I have been working on this one, just not lately, because I wanted to finish up my capital map. Now the Sunny map, I have the first island done. The second island is done, but I'm not going to leave it that way. I'm going to definitely work on that again. And then the Limestone map is damn near complete. I'd say it's 80% complete. And I'll show you guys that one. That one's one of my favorites. Going to go ahead and wait for it to turn daytime here. What do I got? Go ahead and collect this. I'm going to go ahead and wait on those silver tokens for the time being. One thing that you want to make sure of is that you are not collecting anything in your pass that doesn't need to be collected right away. Because, like, certain things, you know, let's say the keys, that can be good for towards an assignment. This can, you know, you can wait till you're actually, like, 3 of each away, or wait till this is going to be enough to give you the upgrade so you're not taking up unnecessary storage space. Definitely want to collect your temp storage immediately. Any tokens you're going to want to wait for, because you can't collect more than 35 on top of your homes. So the less you collect in your main storage, the better, right? So that you can get them used up so that you can start collecting them off the top of your houses again. Still waiting for this to go to daytime here. Looks like I removed a building there. And I apparently knocked out a road. Let me see what I got going on here. I think put that there for now. Okay, so this one, I actually really like the colors that I used here. It's kind of like a blue and white. And that pretty much is the gist of that. As you can see here, I will do some more work on this one, but not right now. This one I will also do more work on. So now we've got this area here. Now this area here, I used to have the volcano roller coaster sit here. I had done a lot of work to it. It looked really good, and then I tore it apart because it stopped looking good after I took a bunch of buildings off of it and used them on my capital map. So this one, I really like this map in general, but I feel like it's never good enough. Whatever design I do, it's not good enough, you know, kind of thing. So it makes it really difficult to stick with a design when you're so damn picky. So definitely have a lot of work to do on this map. Now for the last map, which is my limestone map. Now this one is one of my favorites. I really like this design. Even though the water is like all over the map, it still looks really good for what it is. There's like no roads on it in terms of like driving and things. It's mainly for just looks. You know, it's really landscapey, okay? So here we have the koala park. We've got the boat. Let me scroll out here and I'll show you guys the main look of it here. So up here, like this, all of the residentials are going to be at the very top of the map. I haven't, you know, done a whole lot of work back up in here. Now we've got this side I haven't done a lot of work on. That's mainly where all of the work needs done, is up here. Now let's zoom in now that you've seen that up or far away look. Okay, so we've got this. Got a lot of water, a lot of trees. I used the roundabout like this so that I could put buildings on all four sides of the circle without having a whole bunch of roads. So if you notice here, like the dumpling market, that one has to have a road on the left side in order to be facing you. So that worked out really well. Anything that needed roads going forward, I put them like this. I mixed in a whole bunch of the landscape, like tent camping, bears, deers, all that. This was a universal park, so that went there. This bridge of whatever, can't remember the name, I just clicked it too. Okay, now the Buddha thing. These floating lanterns. Really like the temple here. We got the monkey. Let's back up just a second. See? Okay, we've got lots of landscape stuff. This is a good universal building. I really like the design here. Like that. And then we've got the red walls, which I will eventually, you know, bring over here when I can afford it, probably around Black Friday. And I'll finish working on this map then. But this one's pretty much done. I'm not going to take it apart. I actually like the way this one looks. So yeah, I got a lot of freaking designing to do. But keep in mind, you guys, Black Friday's coming. Don't spend any resources that you do not have to. Do the best that you can to earn as many resources as possible. You know, launch up that VU tower a shit ton. Get those gold keys. Get those plat keys. Cash, even coins, okay? Because you're going to have parks that you can buy, like the pink park, that pink tree park. That's 60,000 normally. That's going to be 30,000. So definitely going to want to just stack up all resources because it's not far away. For Black Friday, every year for 6 years, they've taken every single category and put it half price. Now, it starts off with 3 categories, then another 3 and another 3. So don't be fooled by that and then use up all your resources and then you can't buy anything else, right? I do have videos where I talk about the Black Friday sales. I even have last year's where I went through and I purchased stuff. I showed you guys what other people had purchased if you want to check those out. But yeah, just win the contest of mayors, stack up as many resources as you can, and then you can design. All right, so good luck to you guys. That's my city tour for now. Here in a couple of months, after I do some more designing, I'll do another city tour video. But just know that I will be doing a bunch of design streams, especially right after November, once I'm able to purchase a whole bunch of stuff. Stack up those regional coins too, because you're going to want to buy regional trees for half price. Okay? All right, good luck to you guys.